of the dog is a colloquial expression in the English language predominantly used to refer to alcohol that is consumed with the aim of lessening the effects of a hangover. Etymology: the expression originally referred to a method of treatment of a rabid dog bite by placing hair from the dog in the bite wound. Ebenezer Cobham Brewer writes in the Dictionary of Phrase and Fable, "In Scotland it is a popular belief that a few hairs of the dog that bit you applied to the wound will prevent evil consequences." Applied to drinks, it means, if overnight you have indulged too freely, take a glass of the same wine within 24 hours to soothe the nerves. If this dog do you bite, soon as out of your bed, take a hair of the tail the next day. He also cites two apocryphal poems containing the phrase, one of which is attributed to Aristophanes. It is possible that the phrase was used to justify an existing practice, and the idea of Latin, similia similibus curanta, dates back at least to the time of Hippocrates and exists today as the basic postulate of classical homeopathy. In the 1930s, cocktails known as corpse revivers were served in hotels. In other languages, the phrase also exists in Hungarian, where the literal translation to English is, "You may cure the dog's bite with its fur," but has evolved into a short phrase that is used frequently in other contexts when one is trying to express that the solution to a problem is more of the problem. Among the Irish and Mexicans, the phrase "the cure" is often used instead of "hair of the dog." It is used, often sarcastically, in the question "going for a cure?" In Costa Rica the same expression is used, but it refers to a pig as in, hair of the same pig, referring to the same method to cure the hangover. In some Slavic languages hair of the dog is called a wedge, mirroring the concept of dislodging a stuck wedge with another one. Hence the popular Polish phrase, to dislodge a wedge, with a wedge, wybić klinklinum, which is used figuratively both with regard to alcohol and in other contexts. The proper Russian term is a euro th 3/4 th 3/4 nth 1/4 th micron th degree, which indicates a process of drinking to decrease effects of drinking the night before. In German, drinking alcohol the next morning to relieve the symptoms is sometimes described as having a counter beer, whereas in Austria people talk about having a repair beer. In Portuguese people speak of a hit, meaning to strike away. A similar usage is encountered in Romanian, in the phrase "Cui pe cui se scot." In Bulgarian, in the phrase "thshthth 1/2 ththth 1/2 thth plus or minus thth squared th degree." In Italian, in the phrase "scido scaccia scido." And in Turkish, in the phrase "ivia section ivizar paragraph care." In all four cases the English translation is "a nail dislodges a nail," though these phrases are not exclusively used to refer to the hangover cure. In Italian is also used the term richiamino, which translates to little recall or recall as a booster shot. In this context, the booster shot consists of another small dose of alcohol to drink during the hangover to reduce the effects of drinking. In Swedish, drinking alcohol to relieve a hangover is called having an entesticurrency, which translates roughly to restorer. In Norwegian, it is usually called repairingsspills, meaning a beer to repair. In Finnish, it is called tasoit tava, or kojusaja, and in Czech viprosujanovaK. In Tanzania, the equivalent Swahili phrase used as kuzimua, which means assist to wake up after a coma. In Danish, a beer the day after drinking is called a reparationsbager, which translates to repair beer. There is also a saying, "One must rise at the tree where one fell." In Japanese, alcohol consumed to lighten a hangover is called iae, which literally means counter-alcohol. In Korea, alcohol drunk in the morning to relieve hangovers is called haejintsu. In China, alcohol drunk to relieve hangover is called aee, literally translates to the drink that brings back your soul. Scientific background: there are at least two theories as to how hair of the dog works. In the first, hangovers are described as the first stage of alcohol withdrawal, which is then alleviated by further alcohol intake. Although low ethanol doses may effectively prevent alcohol withdrawal syndrome in surgical patients, this idea is questionable as the signs and symptoms of hangover and alcohol withdrawal are very different. In the second, Hangovers are attributed to methanol metabolism. Levels of methanol, present as a congener in alcohol, have been correlated with severity of hangover, and methanol metabolism to the highly toxic formate via formaldehyde coincides with the rate of appearance of hangover symptoms. As both ethanol and methanol are metabolized by alcohol dehydrogenase and ethanol is a much better substrate for this enzyme, drinking more of the former then effectively prevents the metabolism of the latter. As pure ethanol consumption has also been found to increase endogenous levels of methanol, presumably for this reason, this suggests that if hair of the dog works in this way, it affects a temporary hiatus rather than a cure. From the perspective of sugar metabolism, alcohol may cause a blood sugar spike, resulting in a hypoglycemic awakening hangover. Consuming more alcohol might be the quickest way to ingest more calories that quickly convert to sugar to raise the body's blood sugar, as well as lifting the fainting and headaches often associated with low blood sugar. One common feature of hangovers is nausea caused by the irritating corrosive chemical properties of ethanol on the human gastrointestinal mucosa, rather than a buildup of blood-borne toxins. This effect is actually increased by further alcohol consumption, and would likely result in increased damage if more alcohol is ingested before the mucosa can regenerate itself. In these cases, hair of the dog would actually be highly harmful and likely make things worse. Cultural references: in Stanley Kubrick's 1980 horror film The Shining, the hair of the dog expression is used in the sequence in which Jack Torrance seats himself at the bar in the Gold Room for the second time and asks Lloyd the bartender for a drink. Lloyd: "What will it be, sir?" Jack: "Hair of the dog that bit me." Lloyd: "Bourbon on the rocks?" Jack: "That'll do it." Nazareth released a 1975 song from the eponymous album, Hair of the Dog. Hair of the Dog is the name of a Celtic folk rock band based in Albany, New York. Hair of the Dog Brewing Company was founded in Portland, Oregon in 1993. References. External links: Early Modern Whale, Langley Marish, Milton, and The Hair of the Dog, a compilation of early uses of the expression hair of the dog.